G'day Pickleball family. First thing to know, as shared on pickleball.com by author Jim Kloss, wrapping up PPA Mesa Arizona Cup. The tournament in Arizona, Arizona Swing on the PPA Tour wrapped up in Sunday in Mesa. As with Desert Ridge, there was a lot of great pickleball, some good smack talk on the court, and a lot of storylines to discuss. Let's go over it all. Number one, Jack Sock shows he belongs. After missing Desert Ridge, Jack Sock was in Mesa and provided plenty of excitement. His best event continues to be singles, in which he finished fourth. Sock, as the 17 seed, won 3 matches, including a win over Tyson McGuffin. He ultimately lost to Federico Staksrud 12-10, 11-4. He then had a plane to catch, so quickly lost Sunday to Connor Garnett in the bronze match. More to follow on this amusing match in an upcoming column. In mixed doubles, Sock and Catherine Parento made it to the quarters, winning a game off ALW Annalie Waters and Ben Johns before losing in 3 games. In men's doubles, Jack and Colin Schick lost in the round of 16 to Riley Newman and Thomas Wilson, a match featuring a good bit of banter across the net. The players later said it was all in fun. Certainly, Sock likes to discuss the match with his opponents as the match progresses. Sock's performance went about as expected. He continues to do best at singles and is weakest at gender doubles. His power and spin rate are incredible. He continues to learn the dink game and pickleball-specific shots. Expect him to win a gold sometime in 2024 in singles. A medal in 2024 in mixed is likely. However, I'm not sure a men's doubles medal is in the cards for 2024. Colin Schick is a fine player, an improving player, but is not a top 30 player. If Sock is to win a men's doubles medal in 2024, I think he needs a better partner. Number 2, Annalie Waters, ALW, wins another triple. On the women's side, Annalie Waters continues her domination. No one is anywhere close to her in singles. In mixed and women's doubles, her side just seems to win all the tough points. Many teams can get to 7 or 8 points, but from that position on, the ALW side just bears down and will not let go of the game. Kudos to her for being so mentally tough. I also want to single out ALW for her continued courtesy to the fans. I have written about it before, but it is worth doing so again. After her women's doubles win, ALW made it a point to seek out a young fan who had a Go ALW sign. ALW gave the young fan a signed paddle. ALW, of course, had no obligation to make such a kind gesture, but I'm sure the young girl who got the paddle had the thrill of a lifetime and will remember it forever. Way to go, Annalie. 3, Ben shows he's still a force in singles. Ben Johns grabbed his first singles gold of 2024. Maybe his early loss in men's doubles drove him a little harder to win singles. He survived a 3-game match with Julian Arnold and came back in game 1 against Connor Garnett from down 10-5. In the final, he defeated Federico Staksrud 11-8, 11-4. Had Fed won, the talk might have been that Staksrud was ready to be the number 1 singles player. That talk, for now, is quelled. Number 4, J.W. Johnson and Dylan Frazier prevail in a very difficult men's doubles draw. The men's doubles event continues to be, for me, the gold standard event. The toughest medal to win is in men's doubles. Every match is difficult. Even the first round is loaded with teams that are super tough. By the time you get to the round of 16, every match looks like it could be a medal round match. Every quarterfinal match could legitimately be a gold medal match. It is just that difficult. Gabe Tardio and Andre Doescu knocked off the Johns brothers relatively easy, 11-6, 11-5, leading to their silver medal. JW and Dylan did not drop a single game on their way to gold. Doescu in particular played great pickleball. His play in the semi-final against Newman Wilson was as good as you will see. JW Dylan played a slightly different strategy in the final, leading to their victory. All in all, it was a great men's doubles bracket. 5, here come the kids. Mesa featured some really good play by several young players. Kaysen Campbell had a great run as a 47 seed in singles, ultimately losing in 3 games to Jack Sock. CJ Klinger came back from a so-so performance at Desert Ridge to make the round of 16 in men's doubles, losing 12-10 in game 3 to Connor Garnett and DJ Young. But the best performance was put on by Jack Munro, who teamed with Julian Arnold to make it to the quarters. They played a great match against Matt Wright and James Ignatowicz, losing in 3 close games. Munro is for real. This is not a young player with potential. This is a young player who is a top 20 player already. His backhand is top shelf, as is his defense. I would like to see him add some aggression to the forehand side, but he will improve with more experience. This is absolutely a player to watch. 6, a new face on the women's side. The women's doubles event featured a gold medal win by Annalie Waters and Catherine Parento. But the story was in the bronze medal match. A new pairing of Georgia Johnson and Mari Humberg took down Anna Bright and Vivian David 11-8, 11-7. Georgia and Mari beat some good players on their way to bronze, including Lucy Kovalova and Callie Smith. Georgia is well known on the PPA Tour, but Mari is known more as an APP player. Mari showed she belongs in the big leagues. Her cut shots off both the forehand and backhand were on, and she showed good power off the forehand. I hope we see Humberg full-time on the PPA Tour and the Johnson-Humberg pairing more in the future. They obviously have potential to be a top 5 team. Next up for the PPA Tour is the event in Lakeville, Minnesota, starting March 6th. And if you've made it this far into the update, please be sure to dink that like button and rate and subscribe on the platform you're watching or listening to it on, so this and future episodes can be shared with and found by other fellow pickleballers. Second thing to know, as shared on thedinkpickleball.com, how the Phillies are incorporating pickleball into their spring training routine. If the Philadelphia Phillies win the Major League Baseball World Series this year, they'll have pickleball to thank for it, or at least some version they call Paco Ball. In this bastardized form of our beloved sport, Phillies outfield coach Paco Figueroa, hence the name created by the Athletics' Matt Gelb, takes elements of foursquare, squash, and pickleball to help his players learn to communicate, move, and field better. In Paco Ball, they use pickleball paddles but switch out a wiffle ball for a racquetball. They also play on a 30-by-30 stretch of grass with no net. To mimic using their gloves, they must also hold the paddles in their off hands. It helps with a lot of things, Figueroa explained recently to Sports Illustrated. Moving different directions, agility, you've got to drop to get the ball, going to hit it. I envision our 3 outfielders playing across from one another, 3 outfielders doing a lot of communicating. I got it, and you're switching positions. And a lot of it is competitiveness. The more you can compete, the better it is. We're not 100% sure about all the rules, but some players have begun to take it very seriously. According to the article, centre fielder Christian Pache is already tracking statistics and lists himself as the winningest player. Fresh off of making fun of his father for playing pickleball, outfielder Jake Cave said, "I've never played pickleball. I was making fun of it, but then I went out there." Oh, we all know that feeling, don't we? Cave plans on calling his father to apologise. Forget tennis courts, perhaps it's time we start taking over empty baseball diamonds too. Third thing to know, as shared on pickleball52.com, average age of pickleballers in England steadily reducing. The average age of registered pickleball players in England is trending downwards, according to figures released to Pickleball 52. The data is part of the chairman's report presented at the recent Pickleball England annual general meeting. The report revealed the immense growth of the sport in 2023, but also fascinating detail about the shifting demographics of England's burgeoning player base. Stats show the average age of registered pickleball players in England has fallen from 64 in 2019 to 57 in 2024. The average age was actually 55 at the end of December 23, but new registrations in January have pushed this year's early figure slightly back upwards. The 50-plus demographic still dominates the participation base, approximately 75%, driven largely by the 90-plus pickleball groups within the University of the Third Age and over 50s pickleball clubs. However, there has been an above-average 58% rise in players in the 30 to 39 category since the last annual general meeting, AGM, against an average of 44% across all age categories. The figures showed the sport also has a very healthy male-female participation rate of 52 to 48, comparing favourably to tennis, 59 to 41, according to Lawn Tennis Association figures from February 23, badminton 61-39 in November 22, and most shockingly, squash 79-21 in November 22. At the end of January 24, the number of registered players was 6,251, with Pickleball England forecasting that figure to rise to over 10,000 by the end of the year. This does not count unregistered players, which the governing bodies estimate will reach 15,000 by 2025, 25,000 players overall. Although the Southeast dominates regional membership, 39%, the Southwest saw by far the biggest growth in 22-23, up 107% to 17% overall, while the West Midlands, 83% growth, and Northeast, 69%, also showed big expansion. There were 2,373 new members registered since Pickleball England's last AGM, 212 new clubs, and most encouragingly, a 120% rise in the number of pickleball leaders who qualified by attending 22 workshops in 2023. These are the advocates for our sport who actively grow the game, creating and nurturing the players of the future. The report also shows 174 attendees at coaching workshops last year, with 86 fully certified coaches now listed on the IPTPA website, a 200% rise. Everyone in the pickleball community can feel the momentum building, but for attendees at our AGM, it was great to see the evidence in black and white, said Pickleball England chair Karen Mitchell. The average age is trending downwards and the gender split is very healthy. I don't think many other sports can claim that. The demand for leaders and coaching courses is increasing all the time. We are delighted with how the sport is growing, with everyone pulling in the same direction. There is no stopping pickleball's growth. Paddles up.